Welcome to the Joy Meets Pain podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Dorcas. As a family therapist, I cannot tell you how many times I've heard people say, my family is the worst, or I'm too embarrassed to talk about my family, or no family is like mine. Well, guess what, listeners? All families have ishness. Hey listeners, welcome to episode 4 of the Joy Meets Pain podcast. With me, your host, Dorcas. I detoured from my scheduled release to share this impromptu, up-close and personal but short rant, I should call it. I would like this episode to be as interactive as possible. So imagine we're sitting in the same room having a conversation, and when I ask a question, you will respond to the questions that you are comfortable answering in YouTube comment section or wherever you're listening to this podcast. I will pause after each question to give you some time to think and share if you wish. You can also send me an email if you want to keep it confidential. Please do remember that this is not therapy. We are simply chatting. I chose to call this episode When Joy and Pain Intersect because it starts off with a story about loss and shifts into the lighter, humorous side of the holidays. The holiday season in America especially is a time equated with celebration and gifts and family time and laughter. This, unfortunately, is not the case for many. On Saturday, I lost a dear friend to a terminal illness. When she died, I told a few of my family members she was gone. It took me a minute to choose the right words, which I now fully grasp because 1 minute she was here and the next she was gone. Over the years, I've heard others share similar thoughts about avoiding certain words associated with death. Some prefer crossed over rather than passed away. Others use transitioned rather than died. In my native language of Shona, we say akafa, which means the person died, or akashaya, which means the person passed away. What words do you use? Are there any that you avoid using? Ultimately, it boils down to what feels less harsh, less jarring, or religiously appropriate for each person. There is no better word, nor is there a right way to mourn. Talking about mourning, Dr. Alan Wolfert from the Center for Loss and Life Transition finds the term reconciliation more suitable to describe the process of moving forward. Many of us get stuck in this process of trying to reconcile the loss with our future lives. I'd like to share the following quote from Dr. Irvin Yalom's book, Staring at the Sun, in which German philosopher Martin Heidegger presents a compelling explanation of this dialectic human behavior. There are 2 modes of existence, the everyday mode and the ontological mode. When absorbed in the everyday mode, you turn towards such evanescent distractions as physical appearance, style, possessions, or prestige. In the ontological mode, by contrast, you are not only more aware of existence and mortality, and life's other immutable characteristics, but also more anxious and more primed to make significant changes. My question to you is, when you lost someone close, did you make any promises to yourself? Did you keep your promises? Take a moment and share if you wish. A simple yes or no will suffice. In my episode title, I disclosed that I was feeling all the feelings. I had seen my friend on Friday, and there was a 50-50 chance she would pull through. 24 hours later, as she slipped away peacefully, I was very much feeling everything. I wish I had made more time to support her. I wish I had changed my schedule sooner. I'm angry at myself for not speaking up against the country club in Maryland that she gave over 40 years of her life to. During the pandemic, the club terminated a number of their longtime employees without a severance package, not even a thank you card. Is this even legal? Social determinants of health relegated my friend to her role as caregiver and breadwinner for her family. This is the unfortunate reality for many BIPOCs in America. Before I lose those who want to keep the holidays positive between November and January 1st, and then continue life after January 2nd, let me make the pivot to the lighter, fun, and funny side of the holidays. I am a firm believer in the healing power of laughter, laughing at oneself and laughing with others. So here are my questions for you all. Are you looking forward to the holidays, or are you dreading them? Who in your family dictates how holidays are spent? Are you one to drown your sorrows in food, drink, both? What sorrows are you drowning? Are you dreading Grandma Macy's prayer to bless the food because it takes 10 minutes? By the way, she also prays for her sister Serena, whom she stopped talking to 10 years ago. Are you anticipating the annual fight between Uncle Larry and Aunt Susie about what to do with Grandma's ashes that have been in the basement for 10 years? Which holiday songs are you excited to hear or wanting to avoid? If you want more hilarious holiday moments, check out Saturday Night Live's clip, Home for the Holidays. There is no shortage of laughter in families. Find it, seek it, create it, enjoy it. Before I wrap up, I'd like to invite you to make this pledge with me. Can you commit to checking in on your elderly neighbor, friend, or relative? Can you do the same for a person with disabilities? How about checking in on your strong friend or any person you know who lives alone or whom you have not heard from in a while? If you fulfill this pledge, please feel free to share in the comments or send me an email to info@joymeetspain.com, and you'll be entered into a drawing for a $50 Amazon gift card. Only one winner will be selected and announced on December the 11th. As always, thank you for your support and encouragement. It means a lot to me. I will provide resources on dealing with loss on my website, joymeetspain.com. I hope this episode added something meaningful to your life. If you have a family-related story, whether joyful or painful, that you would like to share, please send an email to info@joymeetspain.com. Thank you for tuning in and for allowing me to spend this part of your day with you. Please rate and review the podcast wherever you listen to the show, and of course, spread the word. Till next time, stay well and stay present.